You are, of course, listening to 89.1 Radio Iceland. I'm Darren. I'm with you until 8 o'clock tonight, and I am lucky to have two guests in the studio, Michelle Bird and Jack North.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
I think I'm getting the feedback from your friend. We also have Kuba Urbaniak joining us. Can you hear us, Kuba?
Here, hi.
Do you have some water running in your room?
Not really.
No?
No.
That's odd. I'm hearing it's like a waterfall. You sure you're not taking a bath while you're talking to us?
Yeah, I hear that static too.
It's quite a visual.
You guys are part of that. Yeah, it's great that it's radio. We can describe anything we want. Yeah, so he's like, we can see him now on Skype, and he's actually taking a shower. You guys are part of a group called Fluxus.
That's right, yeah. We formed informally last summer.
Wait, we better stop because it sounds like you're a band.
Yeah.
But we're talking about art now.
That's right.
That's right.
You're artists.
Well, because bands aren't artists.
No, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. We don't even let them in the studio. They're so dirty. You don't know where they've been. But you guys are an art group.
That's
Let's
right.
say that. Tell me about it. What does it consist of?
Well, it all happened really organically. We just sort of came together, and the whole concept of Fluxus also organically formed. We started out as friends, looking for challenges and wanting to make things out of recycled materials.
Yeah, and even a lot of that I think came from the fact that Michelle she bought a new house, and there was a lot of work that needed to be done on it, and why make things difficult? And we're a bunch of artists, so let's use what's around and make things for that are a bench and radiator covers, and so lamps, things that are really cheap and fairly readily available, even in Iceland.
So wait, you're making the benches and the radio covers, or you're using the benches and radio covers to make art?
Well, yeah, okay. So it's like this. We started making things with materials that were sort of lying around. We didn't have many resources. We were looking to create things from basically nothing. That's what I like to do best.
Okay.
And it's also a fun way to really find out what you're made of in the end. So here we are. We're a group of people from different countries. People came to my house. This was back in May. To give me a hand. I bought this house that was way too big. It had huge amounts of work that needed to be done. And I got really lucky through this volunteer organization called
Workaway.
Workaway, thank you. And I met these really amazing people who were super talented. And I had no idea that I would get this kind of exchange. I thought maybe I'd get an extra hand here and there, but in the end, instead of building things that needed to be built, we ended up creating things out of stuff that was around that didn't really need to be made, but that we just kind of loved to make, from like, wow, what's this old piece of wood? What can we make out of this? Wouldn't this be cool to recycle? And suddenly things just started to grow, and we really learned from each other and shared what ideas and technique that we already knew.
It's really cool. How many are you in the group?
5.
5. So
As of right now, yeah.
But it changes. So sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 11.
okay. Open door policy.
Exactly.
It's a great idea. So is there a place where you're showing this art? Is it just in your home or another space?
Well, there's another space, and it's in Borgarnes, in downtown Borgarnes. It's at the Innovation Center, which is a really awesome place that just sort of also came into existence this last year, and it's called the Huheimar. I think it is Huheimar.
That's turned into an Icelandic lesson.
We're 3 Americans trying to speak Icelandic.
I know, that's not as far as I'll go today. And and there are a lot of creative folks down there, everything from composers, singers, designers, artists, architects in this innovation center.
Accountants.
And accountants, yeah.
Really? Yeah.
But they're upstairs.
Oh, that's right. They're upstairs. They're in their own wing.
Yeah. Because
Separate
Don't
area.
mix with those people.
They're like musicians, man.
Yeah. You don't know. That'll come in handy around tax time.
Yeah.
Where are you, Kuba?
I'm in Poland right now, but I'm coming back to Iceland on Friday.
Oh, we should have waited for you, man.
Time is short, man.
Time is short. Did you say Poland?
Poland, yes.
Yeah, how's the
not
weather
Poland.
over there right now?
Oh, it's much more warmer. It's 20 degrees.
Oh, I'm sorry I asked. It feels like February here right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
You're both American, right?
That's right.
Correct.
Where are you from, Michelle?
I'm from San Francisco.
And you're from New York?
I'm from New York. That's a simple answer. Yeah, I grew up in half a dozen other states.
Oh, okay.
But that's the
That's
place.
home base for
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
so- And why did you come, Michelle, to Iceland in the first place?
Oh, yeah. I was invited back in 2012, I think, for an artist residency at Hofsås Art Center, and I was just blown away by the environment. The extremes in light and dark, day and night, summer,
Yeah.
winter, endless
pretty
days,
dramatic, yeah.
endless nights. I love it. I love the drama. Love the drama of the landscape. And
And you like living in Borgarnes, too.
are you kidding? It's paradise. It is.
I'm not doubting it. You know,
I know.
I'm just.
A lot of people ask me that as if as if I've got some sort of I don't know, psychological problem or something.
No,
but
no.
So-
I love it. I think it's really incredible.
I think
out
it's
there.
really funny. This is my second time back in Iceland. I first came in the summer, and every now and then when I try to get to public transportation, I ask, like, oh, I'm trying to get to Borgarnes, and they always look at me and they're like, you want to go to Borgarnes? Just like, what? They're really confused.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that correctly? Don't you mean Reykjavik? Yeah.
Yeah. But
I would probably love it too because I'm becoming more like I'm just happy in my environment. I don't need to, constantly be surrounded by people. But it's a little desolate out there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Well,
Am I just
no,
thinking-
I mean, it's funny because as coming from San Francisco and New York, you're going to Iceland. Isn't that really desolate? So it's all a matter of
That's what I'm
perspective, isn't
thinking.
it?
I moved here from LA. I'm like,
Yeah.
Reykjavik is already the smallest town I've ever lived in.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I love the vast emptiness, and it's not really emptiness; it's just a different kind of filling.
No, it's true. It's
You know,
beautiful over there, by the
it's,
way.
the landscapes are really peaceful and inspiring and dramatic and wild, and I love the wind, and I feel like I'm always on a sailboat. And
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Are you on the coast?
Yeah.
Living on the edge.
Are you
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
that's
so
pretty
you
beautiful over
there.
See water from 3 sides.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, 4 sides. Yeah.
Yeah, Kuba's been there a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
Are you coming back to live in Iceland, Kuba, or are you just come back to do
Yeah,
some work?
actually, I live in Reykjavik, but I went to Poland to visit my family. But I'm gonna be back on Friday, and in May we are gonna work in Hookhamer. We are gonna make an igloo from recycled buckets. So
Really?
everyone is invited to this event. We don't have the date yet, but it should be like in mid-May.
That's cool. Or is it going to be something that you let guests participate in, or they're just going to watch?
Well,
Yeah, usually it's when someone has an idea, then we try to work on it together. And it happened on the finissage of our exhibition in Mosfellsbyer that we made a workshop with making a handmade lamp. So we really like people to watch when we are working. So everyone should feel invited for joining us.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Make sure you let us know so we can talk about that when the time comes.
definitely. And we also brought a few objects into the studio to kind of show you.
Yeah, what did you bring here?
Yeah, we actually thought that there was going to be a television crew.
Yeah, exactly.
We got really confused.
I said,
we
you
were
guys,
actually
you know
going
this
to a
is
different
radio, right?
station. Yeah, no.
We don't really
But
know
we
the
just
difference
sort of
between
walked in.
radio and television yet.
I like it, man. I like you were like, you're not
So-
doing anything by the book.
Yeah, no.
So we've
We
got
never do.
here, we've got this really beautiful lamp, and this is this also sort of evolved on its own. This is an idea of Jack's, and it's using waste wood that was salvaged from who's
at the Who's This Smoothie.
Who's This Smoothie?
So you stole it from him.
No,
I asked very politely.
You know the guilty look. We asked. No one said no. I said like, can I take this?
Yeah. He said, you're an American? Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you poor guy.
Yeah,
so
that's
take
right.
the wood. Like you're going to use it for firewood or something.
That's right.
But describe it to the people who are listening.
Yeah. Okay. Let me grab it for a second. It's about a meter and change high, and it just is completely beat up in the best possible way. One of the things that I really enjoy about this sort of stuff is how much character, all these pieces have, and one of the things that's actually really cool, besides just this, but all the recycled stuff, is how much it takes. Well, you just got to let it speak to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but no,
it's not, because things talk to you as you're working on them.
Yes, yeah. And actually, there's a guy, Adam Savage, from the MythBusters, and I've been watching a lot of his stuff on YouTube in a bunch of different areas. And he's a maker. He worked with ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, for many, many, many years. And he's become actually a pretty big inspiration for me. But he talks about when he makes something that at a certain point, he's no longer giving a story to the object. The object takes over and tells him what to do. Right. And so as soon as I heard that, I just kind of, it clicked for me. But anyway, essentially, this piece, we've decided to call it the North Light. My last name is North, and it was just Iceland, and it just fell into place.
It wasn't obvious.
Yeah.
But it's a board.
It's
a distressed old board.
It's a distressed old board. It's about a meter, I don't know, maybe 120 high by, what would we call that, maybe 15 or 20 deep. It's got 3 really neat little oven lamps. And they're just, it's very simple, and it's coming right out of the, drilled some holes and sanded it, and taught myself how to make a lamp.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this, by the way, until just recently. I was sitting there, and Michelle and I were looking at each other, and she's like, what we could really use is a lamp. And I said, that's a really good idea. How do I do that?
It's a great idea. It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I think a lot of there's so much beauty in these found objects everywhere that people are just stepping over or discarding.
It's endless.
And they can all be turned into something.
Yeah.
And what are you holding, Michelle?
I'm holding here. This is a cushion that Marcin made, and this is made from old fabric leftovers that were found, old dresses. So I took old dresses, or he took old dresses of mine that I no longer wear, and made a really beautiful patchwork. And then we used, on the back of the cushion, this was actually the batting of a bed. So this is what was on a whole bed box spring, and it was taken off of the box spring, and instead of just being tossed away, we used it for that. The entire box spring of the bed was used, as you can see in this picture.
Oh, cool. It's a guy working with some springs.
Yeah, and this is Marcin again. And what we've done is we've made this incredible chandelier together, and this was a group project.
That's cool.
Where all of us were involved.
And for all the listeners, all of this stuff is available on their website, too.
What's the name of the website?
I don't
Lay
know.
it on me.
It's really complex.
Well, that's handy.
I'm sorry.
You should have rehearsed that
one. I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you the easy answer is you're on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. They can find us on Facebook.
But do you want to do it under your name, or do you have?
Yeah, they can.
Or is
they
there
can
a Fluxus?
Find it,
is there a Fluxus Facebook page?
Okay, if they look for Fluxus Design Tribe, they can find us on Google.
Okay, Fluxus Design Tribe.
Yes.
You're Michelle Bird, and you're Jack North.
Yes,
yeah.
and we got
So
Kuba.
you type in our names and Fluxus Design Tribe, and you'll find us. But this is a wonderful example of our working together. And
This
is
thing's cool
really
as
what
hell.
it's about. Is all of us took part in this, in the process of creating this and assembling the pieces in order to figure out how it would work best. And it's made from the box springs of the bed, or the springs of the box spring bed, and it's made using cake drying pans on the top, which create this clockwork effect reflection of shadows on the ceiling. A
Oh,
red
yeah,
pair
so-
of
yeah.
stockings and a hair band.
Yeah, I think so. To keep the stockings on the.
Yeah, to keep the stockings
yeah.
on the wiring.
Yeah.
So basically,
really
the
cool.
entire chandelier has been made in this, using what we had.
Well, wait, I should describe, in addition to just what the lamp itself or the chandelier looks like with all these springs and stuff, it's the shadows that it's casting on the ceiling that make it so dramatic.
Well, yeah, but then when the shadows aren't there, that's what everybody thought in the wintertime. They thought, oh, that chandelier is just all about the shadows. But that's not true, because now it's like darkness is leaving us and we just see the chandelier on its own. It's like, wow, that's really an awesome shape. It's a beautiful sculpture.
That's great.
Yeah. And then we've got another core member of our group, that's Sammy. Do you want to talk about this one?
I'm actually not too familiar with
Samuel-
this. Unfortunately, Samuel is not with us either in the studio or in Iceland.
He's in Italy.
He is in Italy.
And this is a...
Very international.
Yeah, you are.
We get around. Yeah. And these are wooden Venetian blinds. They're also made with salvaged pieces of wood from... Who's a Smithy?
From Who's a Smithy?
Yeah.
From Who's
Well,
a
this is
Smithy?
turning into an advertisement for them.
Well, I don't think they want people to roll in and start taking stuff away.
No.
But it's obviously
everything
stuff.
is active.
It's not new. We should say it's not new stuff that they're selling. It's
No, that's
No.
absolutely right.
It's
This
like
is the
scrap.
stuff. It's literally out of a dumpster.
Yeah, it's
It's out of a
scrap.
garbage can.
Yeah.
And,
You're doing them a favor, probably.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No, they're really happy because they can't get rid of this and they can't burn it either. So there's not a lot they can do with this wood. So Samuele, he made this, and what's really beautiful about it is you can actually remove the sections of the Venetian blind, so it becomes sort of a light sculpture as well.
Oh, cool.
And you can, what do you call it? You can sort of twirl the wooden pieces as I'm doing now. You can kind of hear
Yeah, they're
it.
like vertical
Yeah.
slats.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that feeling that you get when you run across like Tibetan prayer wheels.
Uh-huh.
So there's sort of a playful feeling to it as well. And of course, they're just super elegant. It's beautiful. It's
That's
bringing
cool.
the nature into home, and already a lot of people are they're very interested. They love it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Each one of the slats is, like Michelle just said, is removable, and so it means that they're spinning 360. It's a really cool idea.
Have you had it up in a window, like with the wind blowing through? Does the wind tend to blow the slats in? Like,
Well, we don't need a window open for anything to get blown around in Iceland.
And especially in Borginess.
man, did that sound like a straight line? I'm not touching that one, man. My brain just started to go crazy there. But
This
It's too easy.
it was too easy. I'm leaving that one.
I'm showing
Is this your
you-
house?
Yeah, and this
We're-
is...
It's like we're teasing people listening in because they
Yeah.
can't see.
I know.
Yeah.
it's
But I
so
see a lot
fun.
of people working all over this room, doing stuff.
And
That's cool.
what's really beautiful about this photo, this is like one of my favorite photos of the time that we spent together, is that we work so fluidly together. We help when needed, when someone needs advice or would like to just bounce an idea off on the other, they're there. And otherwise, the space just sort of generates this real creative dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a musician for a number of years, and the power dynamic. Everybody's trying to be large and in charge, and who's got this idea about what, and there's something that's very difficult to find that Fluxus has been able to put together, and that's that nobody's really in charge.
Right.
So
True collaboration.
Yeah, exactly, in the most purest and truest form.
Oh,
It's very
that's
cool.
Really nice. So Hugheimer is a space in which people can come and see the work and see you work. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. And it's really best if they, we're not there all the time, so it's nice if they give us a ring or send us a message, and we're glad to show them around and
Okay.
Yeah.
get
them involved. And also for people who'd like to share ideas, we're open to that.
Great. So they can reach you, as we said, through the Facebook.
Mhm.
You can always drop us a line here on our Facebook page, and we'll put you in touch with Michelle and Jack and Kuba. When are you coming back, Kuba? Friday?
Friday.
All right. Then you're moving back to the big city. Not this Borginess nonsense now. I'm gonna.
But Borgness
I would love
is
to come
really
out there.
great. You really
I'm just
should.
teasing. I think Borgness is beautiful. I really do.
It is beautiful, and it really does have this this sort of this amazing energy of creation there. And when we come together, I would really love it if you could see that one time, because we generally come together for maybe 1-2 week periods where we work together. We're sleeping and eating in the same house, and we're just creating from morning to night.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Am I officially invited?
Yes.
Sure. Right here on the radio.
Oh, okay. There's no taking it back. That's cool. So you're staying in Iceland, I guess, Michelle?
Yeah.
How many years have you been here? 3?
Not quite. About a little more than two-ish.
Okay,
Two-ish,
you're
kind
in.
of on and off-ish.
You're in. But you have to
Yeah.
come. You do make it into Reykjavik from time to time, don't you?
Whenever
No.
I leave the
Shaking your head?
country, whenever I
You
leave the
crazy,
country,
man?
I go through Reykjavik.
Oh, come on.
We got
That's
lost.
true.
That's why we ended up here.
Hey, that's why we're all here, brother. Come on. But you're going to be here for 3 weeks, Jack.
That's
and
right.
you're always coming and going.
That's
Kuba,
right.
you live here, right?
Yeah, since last summer.
Okay. So summer is coming eventually. If you have a chance, get out there to see this Hugheimar. Talk to these guys first. I think it's really interesting what you're doing. It's called Fluxus, the group.
Correct, yeah.
And it's always
Fluxus.
in flux.
It's Fluxus Design Tribe, and that's really
Oh, that's even cooler.
essential, because that's our sort of key word for finding us on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Fluxus Design Tribe. Definitely look for these guys. They're doing really interesting stuff. It's a shame we're on the radio and you can't see it, but they'll just have to go out there and see it for themselves.
That's
We've
right.
got a movie we brought.
When we go off the air, I'm going to explain to you the difference between radio and television. I really like your can-do attitude, though. Like, they will see it. They will see it. We'll just talk about it. You show the movie, and now you're seeing. Oh man, I'll bet it's a blast out there when you guys are all working.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll bet it gets pretty crazy.
It's fun. It's really fun.
All right, I look forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us, and Kuba, thanks for joining us via Skype.
Thank you.
Bring some of that 20-degree weather home, would you, brother?
Yes, I will, for
Man.
sure.
I'm freezing my badoobies off over here. You guys, thanks for coming in. I
Thank you
really
very much.
appreciate it.
It's fantastic.
And come back anytime. And those of you who are listening, if you have any questions, please get in touch. These guys are doing really interesting things, and you should see it, not just hear us talk about it.
Borgness.
In Borgness.
In Borgness.
You want to go through Borgness?
I go out there once a summer to jump off a cliff, you know. Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know about that cliff?
No.
What
We'll
is
talk
that?
about that off
All
the
right.
air. It's a
Okay.
really, really tall cliff. You jump over a waterfall and take your life in your hands.
Sounds hardcore.
It's invigorating.
Yeah. Iceland, baby.
Iceland, baby. Vegas, baby.